Chris Gardner, a struggling single father, earned over $80,000 a year as a stockbroker, but still found himself struggling to make ends meet. He was forced to live in a homeless shelter with his son, despite his high income. What was the financial habit that led to his downfall? Was it something big, or was it a series of small, seemingly insignificant expenses? Let's explore the tiny treats that can add up to a huge problem. Here are the 6 small treat habits that quietly drain your salary, and how to break them. Starting your day with a $5 coffee may seem harmless, but it can add up to over $1,000 a year. This is an example of the decoy effect, where a small, everyday expense can lead to a much larger problem. Take the example of Ronald Read, a frugal janitor who left behind an $8 million estate. He avoided small treats like daily coffee and instead invested his money wisely. The key is to be mindful of your daily habits and make small changes to save big. For instance, making your own coffee at home can save you around $3 per day, which may not seem like a lot, but can add up to over $1,000 per year. This small change can have a significant impact on your overall financial health. Eating out for lunch can be a huge expense, with the average person spending around $10 per day. This can add up to over $2,000 per year. The scarcity principle is at play here, where the limited time for lunch leads to a lack of options and a tendency to overspend. Take the example of Warren Buffett, who is known for his frugal lifestyle and packs his own lunch. By avoiding the temptation of eating out, you can save a significant amount of money and invest it wisely. For example, you could bring a lunch from home and save around $5 per day, which can add up to over $1,000 per year. Reaching for a snack to get through the afternoon can be a costly habit. The average person spends around $2 per day on snacks, which can add up to over $500 per year. This is an example of hedonic adaptation, where the initial pleasure of the snack wears off, leaving you wanting more. Take the example of a person who brings their own snacks from home, such as fruits or nuts, and avoids the temptation of buying expensive snacks at the office. By being mindful of your snacking habits, you can save money and invest it wisely. For instance, you could bring a bag of popcorn from home and save around $1 per day, which can add up to over $200 per year. Eating out for dinner can be a huge expense, with the average person spending around $20 per meal. This can add up to over $4,000 per year. The anchoring effect is at play here, where the initial price of the meal sets the standard for future expenses. Take the example of a person who cooks at home and saves around $10 per meal, which can add up to over $2,000 per year. By being mindful of your dining habits, you can save money and invest it wisely. For instance, you could cook a meal at home and save around $5 per meal, which can add up to over $1,000 per year. Number 4 is the one almost nobody gets right, so stick around to learn how to avoid the monthly drain. Subscription services such as streaming platforms and gym memberships can be a huge expense, with the average person spending around $50 per month. This can add up to over $600 per year. The mental accounting effect is at play here, where the monthly payment is seen as a small expense, but can add up to a large amount over time. Take the example of a person who cancels their subscription services and saves around $20 per month, which can add up to over $200 per year. By being mindful of your subscription services, you can save money and invest it wisely. For instance, you could cancel a streaming service and save around $10 per month, which can add up to over $100 per year. Impulse buys can be a huge expense, with the average person spending around $100 per month. This can add up to over $1,200 per year. The Diderot effect is at play here, where the purchase of one item leads to the desire for more. Take the example of a person who avoids impulse buys and saves around $50 per month, which can add up to over $600 per year. By being mindful of your shopping habits, you can save money and invest it wisely. For instance, you could make a shopping list and stick to it, saving around $20 per month, which can add up to over $200 per year. The small treat habit that drains your salary is a series of seemingly insignificant expenses that can add up to a huge problem. By being mindful of your daily habits and making small changes, you can save money and invest it wisely. Start by cutting back on one small treat per day, such as buying a coffee or eating out for lunch, and invest the savings in a retirement account or emergency fund. Subscribe to Cashology for the psychology behind your money.